welcome to the 2023 college football season here with the Sports Now family of networks. We are live here at Beaver Stadium, or outside Beaver Stadium in Happy Valley State College. Mike Astley with WV Sports Now, Joe Smeltzer, Jared Brudar with Nittany Sports Now. It is West Virginia here at Penn State. First meeting between these two schools in about 3 decades. And they both are coming into this game in two different vibes, two different paths from last year. Penn State, all the aspirations in the world to maybe get to the playoff, win another major bowl game, maybe win the Big Ten. West Virginia just looking to somehow build back the glory and rebuild off a disappointing season last year. So guys, if Penn State is going to make quick work of the Mountaineers, what's going to be the recipe, Joe? Probably ground and pound the running backs and then hold the clock and turn with the defense, I'd imagine.
Strategically, I think you said it. I think you got two great running backs. You got one of the best offensive lines, maybe anywhere in college football, certainly one of the best in the Big Ten, the best Penn State's had in a long time. And obviously with a young quarterback, whether it's going to be Drew Allen, but theoretically it could be Bo Rabula. James Franklin hasn't made it official yet, but we're all expecting to see Howard. Having a young quarterback and having two running backs that are young but very experienced, both having great seasons last year, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, there's no reason not to run the ball, and I expect Penn State to run the ball. And then as far as the game goes, the quicker Penn State gets up on West Virginia, the easier the night's going to be for them. If West Virginia starts out fast, things could get a little interesting, but I think a 14-point or whatever deficit in the first quarter for West Virginia is going to be very hard to bounce back from.
It does definitely seem like if West Virginia's going to have a chance in this game, they can't get down by a lot early in this game. They probably need a turnover or two, get lucky, kind of maybe try to electrify whatever fans are here. There are some West Virginia fans, and maybe keep ratings for the national broadcast. Jared, what's Penn State's weakness, though? If this is an opportunity for West Virginia to shock the world, to hang in, to be competitive like some of their fans think, what is the weakness for Penn State? Not a perfect team, even though many are thinking maybe the dark horse playoff team.
I think it's got to be a wide receiver position. They have a true one in Keandre Lambert-Smith, but I really don't think that they have a true number two. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, because obviously all the hype around Drew Aller is great, but if he doesn't have guys to throw it to, I think that could be a problem for them down the road.
All right, guys, so to make a pick for this game, obviously Penn State a heavy favorite, and that is an understatement. Inexperience in terms of big, bright lights in this moment for both quarterbacks. Honestly, Garrett Green for West Virginia, you mentioned Drew Aller for Penn State. Drew's kind of dealt with this. We talked about it on our previous show a little bit last year against Purdue, but still not this environment. Certainly Garrett hasn't had it, despite a couple big wins last year. But is Penn State just going to be too much for West Virginia? Can they make this a closer game than the 20.5-point spread says? What do you got? What's your score?
I think West Virginia will cover. It might be a backdoor cover, but I expect them to cover. I think Penn State's going to win comfortably enough for Beaver Stadium's fans not to worry too much tonight. Okay. My score prediction is 34-17. It's going to be, if people remember when Pitt came here in 2017, Pitt didn't get embarrassed, but Pitt was never at Penn State's throat. And I think it's going to be kind of a similar deal tonight. I go Penn State by 3 scores, but West Virginia covering.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm thinking maybe West Virginia's probably hope for Mountaineer fans is like against Alabama many years ago with Dana Holgorsen. Kind of surprise, a big return early, maybe a turnover or two, excite some fans, but then Bama just pulled away and said we're better. So I could see that again here. What's your score?
I got 49-13. I think Penn State's offense lights them up pretty well. But
you got to cover and then some.
Their defense is the real deal too. I think all the talk is on Penn State's offense, not so much on the defense and Abdul Carter, and that's where they're going to make their money this year.
Yeah, and even if West Virginia, because these are similar teams that we talked about the other day, that running backs trying to ground and pound, it might be surprising for what Penn State's going to see in this game. They can definitely still probably handle it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go 36-17 Penn State. Where we are here, Nittany Sports Now is going to get a 1-0 start to the season. West Virginia's going to have to climb out of it, but they do have FCS next week. Again, check out both websites of our Sports Now covered. Nittany Sports Now for the home team, WV Sports Now for the Mountaineers here visiting. Mike Astley, Jared Brudar, Joe Smeltzer throughout the Sports Now family of networks. That'll be it, but enjoy the game, or however long you can enjoy the game, and check in afterwards for post game.